Hey guys, so in this video we are going to be breaking down the incoming Legends Limited Saiyan Saga Goku, and we'll also take a look at what abilities we have for Tien and Chiaotzu. Let's see what these animations look like first. This is cover change. Looks like it's a blast cover change. Okay, that's the blue. Tag Tien and Chiaotzu for the anniversary, dude. Who would have thought? Dude, look at him go. The ultimate Chiaotzu, dude. Okay, he's got the Dode on, right? With Tien. I like that. No! Chiaotzu! This is technically a succession, isn't it? Kind of. Yeah, dude, this blue card, they nailed Saiyan Saga Tien. Okay, so let's just see what they're talking about with this guy. Let's dude, why do they keep giving us like purple 1% sparkings? We got Vegeta, sure, I get Vegeta's purple, but like you look at the course of the past like 10 months, we've gotten so many 1% sparking purple characters. It's crazy. Melee type, Super Warriors is only tag, so he's really gonna be Saiyan Saga or leader slot. Saiyan Saga purple and red for his Z ability. Yeah, poor Tien. Stronger strike card in the low area. So this is obviously referring to the new dynamic battles mechanic. He gets enemy minus 50 ki when he uses strike cards against them in the low area. So let me just preface this. I probably will also mention this in the Vegeta video because I'm going to be doing a separate breakdown video for Vegeta after this and Nappa. This is obviously a breakdown video. Okay, we're going to be talking about the kits of all the new characters. Well, for the 1% sparking, it's going to be what we have access to here. Tomorrow we'll have the full details out, but this update with the dynamic area battles is going to change the game so much that I want to put like a disclaimer in this video that I have not experienced the mechanic. Nobody's experienced the mechanic. I'm going to do a video looking through all the different explanations of the mechanic again, just to refamiliarize myself with what's going on. But so much is going to change that I'm not confident in my ability to accurately judge how good these characters are because I just am not familiar with the new mechanics well enough because I haven't used them. So I don't know. I'm going to give my best guess. I've played this game 7 years. I have, dude, an ungodly amount of 20,000, 30,000 hours in this game or something. I have experience in the game. I'm going to do my best to give my breakdown of the characters, but it's a mechanic we don't know fully yet how it works. So I'm going to just put a disclaimer here that, you know, that's a thing that's coming too. All right, so yeah, this is sure. Characters are going to have stronger abilities when they're in certain areas of the arena. Tien is going to get the extra ability on a strike card for the low area, which is the ground. Obviously, because Tien is shooting up at Nappa, I think is why they did this with the Tri-Beam after Chiaotzu blows himself up. A new version of Succession that deals damage to the enemy. Yeah, so this is technically a Succession mechanic, but it's almost like a mixture of Succession and Comeback, because Comeback doesn't transform you, but Succession does. But Succession doesn't do damage to the opponent, and we know that's something that Comebacks can do with like Golden Frieza. So this is like, again, a mixture of Succession and Comeback here. When health reaches 0, Tien, Succession, 70% health. Nullify element disadvantages for 3 counts. Deal major damage to enemy. Explode damage. Will be defeated if health reaches 0 to enemies. Yeah, so if another Chiaotzu self-destructs on you, you won't do this, I guess. All right. Let's keep going. Make full use of abnormal conditions. Oh god, he's gonna paralyze. On strike arts hit, heavy bleed infliction chance plus 70%. Special arts Chiaotzu on blast arts, paralyze infliction chance 30%. Okay. Move this up a little bit here. Special move arts for Tien and Chiaotzu on activation, special move damage plus 30%. 3 counts uncancelable, switch gauge plus 4. Okay, so they're getting extra switch gauge from the blue card. Also, if enemy has abnormal condition, special move damage another 30%. And nullifies endurance. Wow. Okay, so if the enemy has bleed, poison, paralysis, if they're fainted, you're going to actually be able to nullify endurance on that. The only thing to note about that is cancelable. So if you blue card an enemy that is going to be deleting your buffs, like God Goku, for example, it deletes your buffs. When you use a blue card, you're not going to be able to get rid of his endurance, but that is good to know. Okay, so here is Tien after Chiaotzu has self-destructed and inflicted 0 damage to Nappa. Gain Chiaotzu's effects through succession. Special arts hit. On strike arts hit, heavy bleed infliction chance. Okay, so he just carries over Chiaotzu. I see. He carries over Chiaotzu's paralysis ability there. Main ability on strike arts hit, heavy bleed infliction chance plus 70%. On blast arts hit, paralyzed infliction chance plus 50%. So if you pop a green and then you pop a main ability, you're telling me you have an 80% chance to paralyze, because I believe these would stack. Oh no, never mind. This is not stacking. Never mind. So it's going to be a separate proc then. It's going to be a 50%. So you use a blast card, you have a 50% chance. So it's going to roll a 50% chance to inflict paralyze. If that fails, it's then going to roll a 30% chance. And then, you know, that's like 2 separate chances to get it, obviously. But that's interesting. Okay. That's something they do in Dokkan a lot. I'm not sure if that's something they're going to still do in this game often. But okay, so we don't have a ton of info here about Tien, but that's what we have going for him there. So let's go to Goku. We, of course, have Goku's full kit posted on the website. So we'll see what Goku is able to do here. They did mention that Goku is a melee type character. Finish fights in a flash. Legends Limited Goku joins the fight. Number 1, overwhelming firepower right at the start. Get a 100% boost to damage inflicted. Let me actually move my camera back down. I'm so used to seeing it here. That's just, it's weirding me out. Get a 100% boost to damage inflicted the first and second times Goku enters the battlefield. Immediately go on the offense with superior firepower. So, okay, we're gonna have to look at the details on that, but does that mean he gets 100% the first time and then he gets to 200% the second time? I don't know. Decisive strength after transforming. Activate Kaio-ken ×3 with the main ability. Yeah, he's a transforming character. So is Vegeta, but Vegeta looks like he's a reviving character. This resets the count for the number of times you've entered the battlefield, meaning you can get that 100% damage boost again. The powerful endurance penetrating special move arts and flash inducing special arts solar flare are also at your disposal. Yeah, so this guy has the solar flare. I remember back when GT Spirit Bomb Goku dropped, and the first thing I said about him was his solar flare is going to make the character what he is, and that really is what happened. Solar flare is a really, really powerful mechanic. I expect solar flare in this guy to be one of the things that defines this character. We'll see, but solar flare has always been a super strong ability. High defenses for surviving big attacks. The unique gauge will charge whenever Goku is hit by an arts attack, and when it fills up, you'll get a boost to damage guard, and the element disadvantage for damage received will be null. Okay, so he's going to go type neutral versus blue because he's red down here, which is important because, well, there's a lot of good blues. Plus, if the enemy activates a special move, ultimate or awaken arts while Goku's on the battlefield, the power will be reduced by 40% and Goku will get a boost to damage guard. Okay, so a lot of different ways to get boosts to damage guard in this character. Face down your fiercest foes with the Kaio-ken technique gained through harsh training. So obviously red, he's a melee type. We know that from the reveal. Sun Family, Saiyan, and Saiyan Saga. All right, Z ability at 14 stars. He's going to get 38% to Saiyan Saga, Sun Family, or Saiyan strike attack, strike defense, and then 18% to blast attack for Saiyan Saga. Okay. Strike, he has blast armor, so charge in without fear of enemy blast arts, plus Goku has a strike arts card that can boost damage by 50% when it's used in the low area. That is a held card. And this is the exact, I mentioned this in the video, but this is, I think, the exact reason why they made that battle system change, where even characters on the bench will be providing their held arts cards to the team. So if you have this Goku just on the bench on your team, he's going to be buffing you on the ground because he's going to be providing you with this special strike arts card, even if he's not participating, right? Okay, so blast armor on activation, enemy health restoration minus 10% for 15 counts. That is actually pretty good. That reminds me of like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the green Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That's pretty good. 15 counts is a long time. 10% is not an insane number, but 15 counts, that's not nothing. Normal blast card, the blue card is boost key recovery by 100% on hit. Okay, on activation, special move damage plus 40%, and then on hit, key recovery plus 100%. I assume this is a long range because otherwise it would have blast armor. So 100% key recovery, 15 counts. That's decent. I mean, it is cancelable, but I mean, that's still good. The green card is a stop time. You know what? Let's actually just take a look at the animations here for Goku. Let me see if we can kind of identify what's going on here. So yeah, they have a special clash animation. We'll get to that. Yeah, this is sick. They put so much effort into these characters. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, let's see if we can see like the blue card, the green card animation. And then of course he's got the transformation as well. That's him winning the unique clash. Okay, so that's actually, they didn't even show it. That's the transformation. Did they show it? Let me rewind a little bit. Let me see if they show this here, because I think it'd just be important to see this. Okay, so this is the cover change, I think. That's the blue, huh? That's the green. Okay, so that is, yeah, it is a stop time green. Okay, it is a stop time green card. Nullify special cover changes, element disadvantages, and even attribute downgrades and conditions. Get +1 to boost to draw speed. So 40 key, 30% damage, +1 card draw speed. Nullify special cover change for 5 counts. Nullify element disadvantages for 5 counts. That's offense as well. Okay, and then he nullifies attribute downgrades and normal conditions for 10 counts. That's good against Majin Ku. Main ability. You know, we'll take a look at this last, just because. That's going to feed into the post-transform stuff. Starter ability, 180% damage guard. When combined with the defensive effects of the unique gauge, Goku has shocking durability. 280% damage. Damage guard plus 180%. Key recovery plus 50%. Draw speed plus 1. Strike and blast arts cost -5. Okay, so they just gave him Evolution Blue Vegeta's damage and damage guard. I mean, now we can't say that Evolution Blue Vegeta has the most damage guard, because I assume, because this guy is getting damage guard elsewhere too, they said. Unique ability, depending on how many times Goku has entered the battlefield, get up to 100% damage inflicted and the unique gauge's charge rate until this character switches out or transforms. Finish battles in a flash, just like in the original series. If the enemy uses a special move, ultimate, or awakened arts while Goku is on the battlefield, reduce their arts power for those arts by 40%. You'll even get a boost to damage guard, letting you survive big attacks with ease. Goku gets a damage boost upon winning Dokubaki impacts. That's clashes. Note that if the enemy was character Vegeta, you'll even draw a special move arts next. So yeah, it'll probably explain this, but again, there is a unique clash animation when you clash against the Vegeta character with this Goku, which is kind of sick. I mean, that is, they didn't have to do that, but they did it anyway. On battlefield entry, draws a green card next. Okay, that's good. Draws 1 card if hand is 3 or fewer. Health plus 10%. He's healing every time he enters the battlefield. 20 key, nullifies special cover changes for 5 counts. Enemy key -30. Okay. Also based on battlefield entry count. Effects reset on switch or transformation. First and second, damage 100%, unique gauge charge rate plus 100%. Okay, I see how this works. Third and fourth, he's getting 50% and then 50% unique gauge charge rate. Okay, so the way this works, that's kind of insane. He's getting a 280% damage as a starter ability, and then he's getting another 100% damage the first and second time he enters. So he's entering the first 2 times to the battlefield, and he's getting 380% damage. 380% just for entering the battlefield right away. Okay, and then the third and fourth time you enter, he's now getting 50%. So instead of being at 380, he's going to be at 330. So that's the way that they're making him a stronger character earlier on, is what this is trying to accomplish here. On strike / blast arts hit, activation resets on switch, draws 1 card if hand is 3 or fewer. Okay, so he's drawing a card on entry here, and a green card, and then he's also drawing a card when he lands a card. Twice. Man, you know what this tells me? This is probably, this is a character you're going to want to just spam. This is Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. You're going to want to just spam cards with this guy, huh? 30 key, ally damage? That includes himself. Ally subcount -2. Okay, so you enter the battlefield with this character and you land 1 card. He's got 400% damage. Okay, sure, dude. On Dokubaki impact win, damage plus 50% for 5 counts. Also, if enemy is character Vegeta, draws a blue card next. When on battlefield, an enemy switches 20 key and then enemy draw speed -1. That could be good defensively. If you're just like cover changing with Goku and then the enemy goes to like a blue character or something, you reduce their card draw speed. That's pretty good. When on battlefield, the enemy uses Vanishing Step. 20 key and strike damage plus 30%. This is the red Kefla ability. This is the red Kefla mechanic, where you want to make the opponent vanish, and then you get like some bonuses for doing that. Sure. I mean, it's more damage, whatever. When on battlefield, an enemy activates special move, Ultimate Awakened Arts. Damage guard 20%, so he's going up to 200% damage guard there. Lowering power by 40%, and then canceling attribute upgrades once. Okay. Special cover changes against blasts, which is nice. And then the unique gauge is sustained damage type. When the gauge becomes full, it will be consumed to boost your damage guard and nullify the element disadvantage for damage received. It can even help put a stop to enemy combos by destroying 2 of their cards. Alright, so when unique gauge becomes full, he's healing by 15%, damage guard plus 20%, nullify damage received element disadvantage, going type neutral defensively for 5 counts. Allied damage plus 20%. So he's also supporting a decent amount, because he's supporting when he lands a card, and he's supporting when he fills the gauge up, reducing ally subcount by 3, and then destroying 2 enemy cards. When hit by enemy arts, and then consumed entirely when unique gauge is full. So it'll just reset once it fills up once. This is, by the way, this is stackable. So if you are in a really long, this is an anti-long combo ability right here. If you are in like a Majin Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Vegito Blue combo for like 70 combos, you're going to stack up so much of this that they're going to be doing no damage, right? Because it's going to be this, and then what else is it? Extra damage guard when they use a special move. So theoretically, like you enter with 180% damage guard, 200 from this. I mean, theoretically, this can stack up like 3 times. I mean, we're going to have to see how fast the gauge actually stacks. But this is interesting because it doesn't say, right? It doesn't say how fast this, like there's no wording here to indicate how fast he actually gets the stack. It just says when hit by enemy arts. That's it. But like you could be at like 240% damage guard here, which is unheard of right now. So yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, let's go and see his main ability. Okay, sorry, I had to upload the reaction video. Let's take a look at his main ability. So transforms into Kaio-ken ×3, get a massive 100% boost to both damage inflicted and the unique gauge charge rate until Goku switches out. Okay, so it's just until he switches. Transform into Kaio-ken ×3, health plus 30%, ki plus 50, damage 100%, unique gauge charge rate plus 100, and then nullify special cover changes 5 counts, cancel attribute downgrades at abnormal conditions. So basically what I think you want to do, before we even take a look at what the Kaio-ken version of this character does, you probably want to use both of these charges of the damage and unique gauge charge rate buffs. After you've done this, because it goes down to 50%, the next time you enter, the 3rd or 4th time you enter the battlefield, you probably do want to just transform so that you can get the 100% damage back up from 50. So, all right, let's see what Kaio-ken Goku does. They did say in the... where is it? Kaio-ken Goku. They did say in the video that it's not going to differ much from the base Goku, so I don't expect a ton of difference here. This is the same. Blast is the same. After transforming, the special move will penetrate enemy endurance. Yeah, that's good. It is cancelable. Okay. Key recovery, and it is a melee blue. So it goes from a... Wait, but was it a ranged blue before? Because it didn't have... You know what? Let me just double check this, because that would be crazy if he had a melee blue with no blast armor. That's his cover change, right? Yeah, okay, it is, yeah, it's like the, it starts with the, like the Kikoho or whatever they call that. Okay, so it is a range blue, it goes to a melee blue. The green card, the powerful solar flare, yeah, dude, solar flare, okay. The powerful solar flare will destroy your opponent's entire hand and inflict flash on hit. On activation, 40 key, draw speed, nullify special cover changes, nullify enemy, or no, sorry, nullify element disadvantages, nullify attribute downgrades and conditions. On hit, inflicts enemy with flash, destroys entire enemy hand, and enemy damage received plus 30%. Solar Flare is really, really good. The only thing you have to know about Solar Flare is it's really going to be important to remember which characters are immune to attribute downgrades in normal conditions, because if you are immune to that, like for example Beast Gohan, right, he can't get solar flared for the first, I think, few counts after he switches in, but I think he only has like 3 charges of that. So those are things you're really going to want to know about the opponents you're fighting against, the characters you're fighting against, because otherwise the solar flare has a chance to not actually hit. Back in the day, like green Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was immune to everything, so you couldn't solar flare him. That was a thing that also when like purple first form Frieza got his Zenkai, you couldn't use the the immobilization with his green card on him because of that. So that is important to know. Main ability, draw a special move arts and restore the vanishing gauge by 100%. This is a callback to the OG blue the OG blue Kaio-ken Goku, the transforming one. Draws a special move arts next, health plus 30%, 50 ki, 100% vanish gauge, 30% to uncancelable special move damage, nullify special cover changes for 5 counts, cancels attribute downgrades with no conditions. Okay. Only 5 counts until you can use that. This ability is used in the same way as it is before transfer. Okay, so nothing changes, I guess. Draws a green card, gets a card, 10% health, 30 ki, cover null. Yep. This is the same. Okay, yeah, this is all the same. Okay. Yeah, they didn't change anything, so it's very easy to know what he does post and pre-transformation because it's the same kit. That's like, easy to remember. He does change his special cover change to strikes, though. So it used to be against blast, now it's against strikes after transforming. Just remember that. Unique gauge is the same as well. So they kind of made it easy to understand this, which I don't dislike. So this guy does seem very powerful offensively for sure. Again, based on initial look here, and this is definitely something we're going to need to test with the new dynamic area battle mechanic. But it seems like you're probably going to want to be spamming cards with this character. You enter the battlefield, he draws a card, and then when he lands a strike and a blast, he draws more cards. So, I mean, like, he's got only 5 counts of cover null. Let's get as many cards in as possible before you end the combo. And that's obviously also to take advantage of the incredible amount of damage inflicted he's going to have. He's going to have like 400% damage inflicted when he enters the battlefield. That's just ridiculous. So you want to get as much out of that as possible. Just spam cards, I think, and that's the best way to do this. But there is the first look at Goku, and then we also took a brief look at Tien. Next video, we'll be talking about Vegeta and the Nappa character. Let me know what you guys think of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.